First at 4, the U.S. Supreme Court takes up the latest challenge to the Affordable Care Act. We'll have the latest from the nation's capital. Also, President-elect Biden weighing in on Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's comments that the State Department is preparing for a second term of President Trump. Paula? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were going to hear from Paula. Also, a local man pays homage to the SS Edmund Fitzgerald on the 44th anniversary of its disaster. We'll show you an amazing tribute coming up. Let's check in with Ben.
Devin, we are finishing up our fourth record high in a row, but parts of the Great Lakes are staring at severe storms tonight. We'll tell you what that means for us and where we go from here on the Temperature Train, all right now. First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Devin Skillian in for Karen today on First at 4. We're following the latest on the coronavirus here in Michigan, and the alarming trend continues with another increase in new cases. Today, the state announcing 6,473 new cases of the virus. Another 84 Michiganders have died from it, though 25 deaths have come from a review of vital records. The total number of confirmed cases in the state now over 223,000 and nearly 8,000 deaths. Doctors now have an additional weapon to help treat certain COVID-19 patients. Federal Food and Drug Administration has approved emergency use for an antibody treatment developed by Eli Lilly. The approval is for use of the treatment on people with mild to moderate infections, but who are also at a high risk of complications. It's hoped these antibodies will help kickstart the patient's own immune system in the fight against the virus. It is not for home care use. It has to be given in a hospital or a healthcare setting. Eli Lilly says they hope to have 100,000 doses available within days. Patients will be given that treatment at no charge. The U.S. Supreme Court takes up the latest challenge to the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, today. The justices heard oral arguments on whether to invalidate the entire Affordable Care Act, better known to many as Obamacare. Kimberly Gill tracking the latest developments in the newsroom. Let's get to her. KG?
Hi, Devin. Good afternoon to you. It's the third time the court is hearing a challenge to the Affordable Care Act, this time with a 6-3 conservative majority with newly seated Justice Amy Coney Barrett, who before her time on the bench had been critical of previous rulings. At stake, as you've said, the health coverage for more than 20 million Americans, along with coverage for those with pre-existing conditions and coverage for those who benefit from Medicaid expansion programs and ACA exchanges. This issue is whether or not a 2017 congressional amendment zeroing out the tax penalty for individual mandate coverage invalidates the entire law. Attorneys for the Trump administration and other Republican state attorneys general say it does. But attorneys for the Democratic-led House of Representatives argue the law can function with or without the individual mandate. A rally in favor of the Affordable Care Act took place outside the Supreme Court as the justices hear arguments to strike it down. The people gathered outside the High Court are sharing stories of how they've benefited from the ACA. President-elect Joe Biden speaking moments ago on the risks of getting rid of the Affordable Care Act. Listen.
When a family is faced with the awful news of a child's diagnosis with leukemia, or a mom forced to battle against breast cancer, an accident that leaves loved ones unable to live the life they've always known, it stops your heart. In that moment, the very last thing on your mind, the very last thing should be on your mind, is whether you can afford the treatment. The Affordable Care Act was created to put a stop to that inhumanity.
Now, the court today signaling the Affordable Care Act will likely remain in place even if they rule against the individual mandate. The hearing comes at a critical time. As you know, the nation continues to grapple with the coronavirus pandemic.
Yeah.
Devin, we'll send it back to you.
Such a backdrop behind all of this. All right, Kim, we'll see you at 5. President-elect has released a list of those on his transition team, and it includes several Michiganders, like former U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Michigan, Barbara McQuade. Speaking of the transition, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says the State Department is prepared to transition to a second Trump administration. That comes as President Trump, of course, refuses to concede the race. President-elect Joe Biden says nothing is going to stop him from moving forward.
So I'm confident that the fact that they're not willing to acknowledge we won at this point is not of much consequence in our planning and what we're able to do between now and January 20th.
When asked about being denied access to transition funds by the Trump administration, Biden says his transition team can prepare without that funding. All right, closer to home, an East Point woman was sentenced today in the case of a 2018 house fire that killed 3 children. Amber Swain was originally charged with felony child abuse for being away from the home when the fire broke out. Her 2 young sons and a niece all died in the fire. She pleaded no contest to lower misdemeanor charges, saying she and her sister, who was the mother of the other victim, were shuttling each other to and from their jobs when the fire hit. Charges are expected against the mother who accidentally shot her 20-month-old daughter while fighting with a neighbor. Happened last night on Tyler Street in Detroit. During our last update, we learned that the girl was listed in critical condition. Police say the adults were fighting over a food delivery mix-up. Ford Motor Company announces an $11 billion investment in their plans to build electric vehicles. Says $150 million will be spent right here in Michigan. That money will go toward the Rouge factory and in Dearborn and the Van Dyke plant in Sterling Heights. $700 million will go specifically to the Rouge plant as it ramps up production for the electric F-150 pickup truck. Ford's going to plow $100 million into its Kansas City facility. That'll also mean 200 new jobs, and there they'll be building the electric transit van. All right, time for our first look at the forecast. Let's get in with Ben. It's just extraordinary weather. We were talking yesterday about being over 70, nipping at 80 today, Ben.
Yeah, it's getting awfully close. And when you transition, basically dropping our highs 25 degrees from today to tomorrow, you know that transition is not going to be smooth, and it is going to be packed with thunderstorms. You see that line that's out to the west of us there, west of Milwaukee and Chicago. Parts of the Great Lakes are under a severe storm threat. In fact, that slight risk extends to Chicago. The marginal risk comes up just west of Jackson, but does not include us. Current temperatures 75, but you can see how strong that front is. Temperatures on the other side 37 in Des Moines right now. And over the next several days, the biggest impacts tonight will be the storms. Tomorrow we'll watch out for the wind. And then a couple nice days before things start to change for the weekend. So we have a lot to discuss in just a few minutes. Devin?
Yeah. All right, Ben. Well, today is the 45th anniversary of one of the most famous Great Lakes shipwrecks in history, the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald. A local man decided he wanted to pay his respects to the 29 victims lost on the vessel. Paula Tutman joins us with his story.
On an unseasonably warm day on Belle Isle, Tom Labuda prepares to go sailing.
This is my Edmund Fitzgerald that I made. Why did I make it? God only knows. This is where I climb in at. This is where I get in and steer.
Everywhere he takes his ship,
She's ready.
he draws a crowd.
No.
Oh my God. A carpenter by trade and an artist by hobby.
Does anybody know of an artist? No. Does anybody buy my stuff? No.
He was just looking for something to do and he decided to make a replica.
Putting lights on it, to the horns, to the motor.
Of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald, the Great Lakes freighter that sank in Lake Superior in a storm exactly 45 years ago today. All 29 souls were lost. The wonder of the Great Lakes is all of them can feel as vast as an ocean, and Lake Superior is the largest. This was no Lego project. With a great deal of love of wood and craft and history, he painstakingly and quite accidentally built a memorial to a vessel and its crew.
All 29 people. It says in memory of 1975.
And then set it adrift on a smaller but far more manageable lake.
I don't watch TV. I never owned a computer in my life. Just something to do.
Did you notice he was actually inside that thing? So you know what? Some people might say, hey guy, go get a hobby. Well, that is his hobby. And honestly, Devin, right now the world is absolutely crazy. I kind of think this guy is a little more sane right now. He looks pretty sane. in doing this. What do you think?
I totally agree with you. Everybody's been looking for the escape that he has had all along for himself. Yeah. And hearing the strains of Gordon Lightfoot in the background, too. What the poetry that gave us all of this day 45 years ago. Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? Really something. All right, Paula, thanks for that. That was great. Still to come, a fast food chain joins the plant-based meat phenomenon. We'll tell you where you can find it. Also, a look at stories making headlines around the world, including Japan. We'll show you how Japan is using technology now to fight the coronavirus. But first, retail giant Amazon headed for a court battle with the European Union. More on that next.